What's up guys? So in today's video I went ahead and bought a Galaxy S22 because I thought it was a great price. They're going on Amazon, these refurbished renewed versions, for 400 bucks, guys, and I thought that was a really good deal. And I've been using the phone and I'm just really impressed with the quality of this phone, especially for the price that you get this phone at. I think it is extremely impressive. So let's go ahead and dive in to it here. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into one of my favorite things about this phone so far is actually the size of this phone. So if you do have smaller hands, this is an excellent size, an extremely comfortable phone. I think it's much more comfortable, and we'll get into this comparison, than the S22 Ultra. You guys see those sort of like aggressively squared off edges here, where these have more smooth edges, and it's just way more comfortable to hold, in my opinion, in addition to this just being a smaller phone. So if you have smaller hands, it just feels great. Not only that, but it is made out of premium materials as well too. Of course, here we do have Gorilla Glass Victus, and then we have a glass back, aluminum frame on here as well too. It's IP68 dust and water resistant. This one doesn't pick up really a lot of fingerprints as well too, which is something that I really like. I actually do like that Samsung kept the camera cutout on here. A lot of people hated that they went with the you know, the S22. They wanted to see that again with this design. But yeah, I really do like the little cutout from the S21 Ultra still here in the S22. I think that's pretty nice. It just is a very nicely well built phone. It screams premium as well too, and it's also pretty light as well too. It's not a heavy phone at all, really. Now, in addition to this phone being so comfortable, it's the same thing with the screen size on here. It is a 6.1 inch display. It is a dynamic AMOLED display at 120 Hertz. It is HDR10 plus, and it is a 1080p panel 425 for the PPI as well. It gets up to 1300 nits peak brightness. So outdoors it gets really bright as well too. Colors look really vibrant, and also you get some pretty slim bezels on this phone as well too. If you go ahead and check it out. Here is something that I really like, just a really slim bezel experience. So you do get a really nice immersive experience, especially when you're watching videos and stuff like that on here. It just looks really sweet. You know, on the screen size, I think it looks really great watching videos, content in general on here. So the screen, overall, the body, it is a really nice premium experience here. Now, what's pretty impressive about this phone is actually the power of this device. So you are running the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip on here, the Adreno 730 GPU. This phone does not have any SD card support, and then you have 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM on here as well. So this is going to be a very powerful phone, even if you're just gaming and stuff like that. Really doesn't matter what you do on this device. It is going to be a very fast and fluid experience. So I'll drop a gaming test for you guys, but this device stays relatively cool. It doesn't really heat up that much. I'm not a hardcore gamer, so we'll go ahead and put it through and, you know, play a ton of games on it and see if we get really bad heating problems. But this one seems to be a little bit cooler than the S22 Ultra for sure. And you can see for Call of Duty Mobile, pretty much any game you can run at high settings on this phone. So that's why I was saying, for 400 bucks, you know, most phones you can get like a mid-ranger and stuff like that that aren't going to have anywhere near as good as power as this phone is going to have. You probably get like a mid-range chip, but you get a very high quality flagship experience with this phone. I mean, it is phenomenal. Dang. So that's what I always try to tell people in general, guys. Check out these flagship phones. A lot of people, they would get a mid-ranger, a very less powerful mid-ranger, and yeah, you'd be missing out on a ton of power. For 400 bucks. You basically can play any game at high settings, guys. It's pretty crazy. Gotta get this guy. I gotta get him. All right. Now guys, this is a flagship phone, so this will be getting the same software updates as the S22 Ultra. So I believe this phone is getting like 4 or 5 years of major OS updates, which is absolutely nuts. So this phone is going to have extreme longevity as well too. As you can see, everything that the S22 Ultra you have on this phone, besides obviously the S Pen support. The reverse wireless power sharing is on here. Samsung desktop support is on here. Secure folders, your Dolby Atmos is on here as well too. and you know, we can tweak our processing speeds and stuff like that as well too to get maximum performance. So this phone is just blazing fast. It comes with all of the features and stuff like that as well too. So there's just a lot to love about the S22 here. You're not really missing out on anything. Also, I do want to show you guys the speakers on here, because the speakers are also pretty good on this device here. So let's go ahead and check that out. So as you guys can hear, the speaker quality is pretty good on the S22. If you block the bottom speaker, you still get pretty good volume out of the top speaker as well too. So if you're watching, you know, Netflix, whatever on here, you will get some really good quality audio on this thing. Also, for additional features, you do have NFC. You do have, like I said, the reverse wireless power sharing. The Samsung DeX support is on here. Your standard wireless charging is also on here as well too. And then you have that IP68 dust and water resistant as well. I do want to talk about getting into the phone, the biometrics on here, and it's pretty great. Samsung has been pretty good at this for a while. You do have your face unlock, and then you also have the fingerprint scanner, which is extremely super fast and silky smooth on here. So yeah, so this phone, like I said, overall just well-rounded. It's really hard to find something that's actually bad about this phone at this price point. Alright guys, let's talk about the camera quality on here. You get some excellent flagship quality cameras on this device. It's absolutely insane for 400 bucks. So it is a 50 megapixel standard, so you get some really nice crispy shots if you go ahead and turn on that full 50 megapixel resolution. You also have a 10 megapixel telephoto lens that does shoot up to 3x telephoto right here, so you can get that really nice zoom. It has a 30x digital zoom, which is honestly not, I mean 10x photos still come out somewhat decent on this phone, but yeah, excellent zoom quality shots on here. Then you also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide on here as well. This phone is capable of shooting in 8K 24, and then you also have 4K 60. And then you have a 10 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60 on here. Image quality looks very good on here. I was really happy with colors. I was really happy with the selfie cam on here. I was really happy with dynamic range. The telephoto and ultra wide were, you know, had great color close to the main lens. Quality was pretty good. It just takes some great photos. Low light shots on here also are very good as well too. Like I said, the zoom shots on here, like the 3x, is just awesome. It does such a great job with retaining that great color and detail as well too. And yeah, so I was really impressed. Even though it was you know, kind of rainy today, it still did an impressive job to me. I'll let you guys see the video as well too. Here's the video. Very rainy outside today. Now let's go ahead and discuss the battery life. So this phone does have a 3,700 milliamp battery. It does have 25 watt fast charging, so it charges decently fast. Not the fastest, but like I said, it is decent. You do have on here the reverse wireless charging and wireless charging, so you're able to charge up a pair of earbuds or another phone if you want to with this phone, so you can use that as a wireless charging pad. So battery life on here, this phone can easily get 6 hours of screen on time, so it does count as an all-day phone. But it is the best battery life that I've experienced you know, in this size phone. No, they could have made the battery a little bit bigger in this phone, because when I picked it up I was like, man, this phone is light. And it's because the battery is kind of like, it's not small, but it's definitely small by 2022 standards, right? I think they would have at least thrown a 4,000 milliamp battery. I feel like if they put a 4,500 in this phone, you would get some crazy screen on time, maybe around that 7 to 8 hours. But 6 hours, it does qualify this as an all-day phone for me. But if you do more heavy use on this phone, like more intensive applications and stuff like that, then yes, you can get probably squeeze another, like maybe you'll get around 5 hours, 5 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time. But this phone, I've never like ran out of battery life, like if you're out doing stuff. So for a normal day's use, this is perfectly fine for that. So the S22 for this price point is extremely impressive at 400 bucks. I absolutely love the build quality. I love the screen. I love the cameras on here. I wish it had SD card support. The processor is awesome on here. There's really nothing to not like on here. This is like Samsung's most well-rounded phone. Even with the S22 Ultra, I have my little nitpicks and stuff like that. But even if this phone was like 600 bucks, it's still, for 600 bucks, it's like, it checks off all the boxes. It does everything really well. So I think that's probably one of the most important things here. So be sure to let me know, what do you guys think about the S22? Would you guys buy one at this price point? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.